But first, every week on this program, we do a Lefties Losing It segment, and this next item could fit neatly into that. It's cringeworthy, destructive virtue signalling, but it's not from some crazed activists. It's from a senior Liberal MP, none other than former Shadow Minister for Indigenous Australians, Julian Leeser. The thoroughly ineffective, the hopelessly destructive Julian Leeser, who this week attacked his leader, Peter Dutton. The AFR reports Julian Leeser has launched a front-on attack of criticisms of the voice to Parliament by his party leader, Peter Dutton, and other no campaigners, describing their arguments as untrue and misleading. Incredible stuff. Leeser also dismissed claims that the voice would be legally risky, bureaucratic and costly. Really, Julian, really? Was it not you who back in mid-April said that you wanted to change the government's voice model? Was it not you who said the model was flawed, but you were nevertheless supporting it? In fact, this is a direct quote from Julian Leeser. He said, "I don't think the government's got the model right, so I'll spend the next 6 weeks campaigning for a better model." Well, it's been 6 weeks, Julian, and you've comprehensively failed in having the Albanese government change the model, and yet you not only support it, but you are willing to cause enormous damage to your own party by attacking Peter Dutton for taking a principled stance against the race-based referendum. Thank God the Coalition now has Senator Jacinta Nampijinpa-Price as the Shadow Minister for Indigenous Australians. And I've got to say, none of us were too surprised this week when Linda Burney refused Senator Price's invitation for a debate on the race-based referendum. We'd all know how that would go, but if Minister Burney genuinely believes that enshrining racial privilege into the Constitution is good for the country, then the very least she could do is debate her counterpart. And whilst we are on The Voice, one of the big corporates backing this divisive agenda has quietly taken a step back after sustained criticism from customers and staff. The Australian reports Big W has pulled public address announcements about the Uluru Statement from the Heart and the Indigenous voice to Parliament from all its stores, citing feedback from customers and staff. However, this backlash will not stop the corporate activism entirely, with the retail chain owned by the Woolworths Group continuing to broadcast an acknowledgement of country in their stores. Why? Why do people shopping for cheap crap need to be bombarded by political messaging? Why do they need to be welcomed to their own country or listen to an acknowledgement of country? Consumers need to realise they hold all the power. If you feel strongly about this issue, then consider whether you want to spend your hard-earned with businesses that are actively campaigning against your values and your interests.